Sometimes to have the best experiences in life, you have to go places you never planned on going. Today, we're gonna have a look at Amazon Luna. And if you're not familiar, Luna actually means moon. So that's exactly where we're going. Wow, you guys, this is crazy. So right now I am on the moon and we are gonna experience Amazon Luna today. Like, look at this, it's crazy. I can see Earth and everything. Like, it's insane. All right, well, that's it, that's the video. So if you enjoyed.
Really? You went to the moon just so you didn't have to make a video where you play games?
Look, I just wanted to get an authentic Luna experience.
How much does this even cost?
Give or take about 7 billion, I think. There was some few extra expenses. I wanted full class service.
You know what? I'm not even disappointed. I don't even know what to say. I'm literally astounded that you go this far just to go to the moon to avoid having to play games on camera.
All right, look, fine. I don't know how to play games. All right, this whole thing was a ruse. Yes, it was expensive. Okay, it was expensive. What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do?
You could have literally just learned how to play games.
Fine, just go ahead and call him.
I just don't know what to say.
Get me down from here.
I really don't
get me
know
down.
what to say.
Get me off the moon. I'm done with this thing. I'm done with it.
Secret Gaming Man, the world is in peril. They need you. Secret Gaming Man, Secret Gaming Man. Whenever there is trouble, you'll find a controller in his hand. Hey! 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 Hey!
Welcome to another exciting episode of Secret Gaming Man. And this time we're going to explore a newer streaming service called Amazon Luna, which despite the name can actually be enjoyed right here on the planet Earth. Actually, I said best experienced on the moon. So the first thing we're going to do today is make sure we have all the needed equipment. An iOS device such as an iPad, check. A controller, check. And most importantly, our secret gaming hands, still sold separately. Now, Amazon Luna is a little bit different because it's actually not in the App Store on iOS because Apple has a thing against streaming apps. I don't know if you heard about it. So this is how you add it. So you go to amazon.com/Luna, assuming you set up your subscription already. And then it'll give you a small thing at the bottom, basically instructions on how to add it to your home screen. And then you hit add, and that's pretty much it. And then it looks like any other app, and then when you launch it, it doesn't launch it in a browser window, and then you go ahead and sign into your Amazon account from here. And Luna does have an optional controller, but the controller looks like garbage. So we're actually going to be using our old classic Xbox Elite Wireless 2, because as long as you have a Bluetooth controller, it'll work with the Amazon Luna service. And I'm just using the base tier, because I'm basic. But there are additional tiers that you can get to get more games. So I'm just gonna play a few games here on the base tier of this service so we can get an idea of what to expect. And one of my favorite games is actually up here, Lumines Remastered, which I play a lot on my Nintendo Switch, and I'm quite familiar with. So let's play a quick round of this just to see how it compares to a more native experience. All right, so we are in our Lumines Remastered. It is loading. All right, I hit the any button, so we're about to get into a game. So for time's sake, let's do a time attack. So far, menu-wise, it feels pretty normal. I'm gonna be honest, I played a lot of Luminous, and this is not a bad way to play it. Now, if you're amazed by my skills, please, I beg you, please don't be intimidated. You too one day could possibly be a secret agent. It's like you have the bonus of watching these elite skills take place through the cloud and the magic of the internet. Ha! You evil blocks thought you could overtake me? A secret agent? Okay, that was a weird lag spike. It just like completely paused for a second. But such as things on the internet, they are on the internet. I mean, other than that weird lag spike, so far the service is actually pretty good. I haven't seen a real drop in quality. Like I know when I was on Stadia or even on xCloud, I noticed like a drop in quality when I started having internet issues. That one cut out, which is common amongst all these services, but it really wasn't that bad. Now, depending on what game it is, like if you're playing online, that split second might mean life or death. But in a game like this, it's really not that big of a deal, because this is more of a slower paced puzzle game. In Luminous, it's hard to tell if you're attacking the time or if the time's attacking you. Life lessons. Hashtag that. Hashtag it. All over the internet. I want it in the cloud. I'm winning this game a lot. I know you guys are like, wow, how is he winning so good? It takes time. You know, no one becomes a secret agent overnight. These are things that you are groomed into. You have to be born a certain way, possess a certain skill set. And that's what's important. Nothing is gonna block me from my destiny. Get it? Because there's blocks on the screen. Block me from my destiny. So it's a secret. You would get it if you were a secret agent. You would get the joke. I set a new record, but considering it's the first time I played this game, I think anything would have been a new record. Okay, so not a bad experience. So how do you go home? Okay, so that's cool. So if you hit the home button, it brings up like a side menu and you can hit exit game. Even though I don't like how when you go out of the game, you have to go back to using the touchscreen, or in this case, I'm using the mouse pad, but I don't like how you have to go back to using the mouse pad. I wish it would work with the controller, like when you go back, but that's fine. That's like a minor complaint. So what I'm going to do is go to the library, because I just have the base tier $6.99 a month version of this. I don't have any add-ons. So these are the games that you get with the $6.99 tier. There's not a lot up here. Why is Grid everywhere? Grid is just everywhere. But some standouts definitely like Control, Metro Exodus, Luminous, Res Infinite, Resident Evil Gold Collection, Redout, Sonic Mania, Star Wars Pinball. You can get Virtual, Tacoma, The Surge. I'm just going through some games I'm familiar with, so if I said something or I didn't say something that might offend you, well, I'm sorry. So there's a couple more games I want to try here. So usually I play Grid or one of those type of racing games, but since Redout is up here, let's actually have a look at this and see how this plays on the Amazon Luna, which again can be played locally here on Earth. Okay, shut up. Let's do a quick race. So far the menus in this game are really snappy. I really appreciate that. Sometimes it seems the loading screens are a bit laggy, which is fine. It's just mainly the gameplay that we're looking at here. 3 laps, 7 opponents. I'm going to destroy them all. Okay, so this was a good choice. So this is a faster pace racing game. I just caught some lag on that turn, and right there. And that's the reason that I'm losing. That's the only reason. I promise. This experience, though, aside from the minor lag spikes, experience is pretty good. And again, graphics-wise, this looks really good. Is there any kind of boost in this game? Oh. I blew up. Come on, we're about to red out. Ha ha ha, get it? Because we move fast. We move fast. You know what? I feel like these walls are discriminating against me. Okay, so all these people are saying they completed the race, but that doesn't mean that they finished. It doesn't mean that I lost. It just means that they completed the race. You gotta read between the lines. And also, if you divide 8 by 8, it actually equals 1. So really, I'm in first place. They cheated. Now the last game I want to try on here is probably a good reason that someone might even invest in the service at least for a month, and that would be to play Control. Because theoretically, unless you have a really good PC, this might be a better experience than playing it locally on your computer, or even if you have the console version of the game. Possibly. I haven't played the console version, but this would be like a good cheap option if you really wanted to play Control, which I would say is probably the most notable game that they have on the service as far as, you know, like a mainstream, huge AAA pizza of the game. Full of pepperonis and everything. Everything you want. Anchovies. It's got it. The game has anchovies. I wonder if mouse and keyboard actually works up here. Oh, that's weird. But it doesn't seem to register like the click though. Okay, so the keyboard portion works, but you can't actually control the camera with the mouse, so. I was curious to see if this had ray tracing or not, but it doesn't actually say in the game. So you can sprint. Yeah, this is solid. This actually runs pretty well, and it looks pretty good. I played quite a bit of this on my PC, so yeah, this is really responsive. And the visuals, and a game like this that's very, you know, environment driven, you can tell the visuals aren't as sharp, but it's not bad. Like, it's still good. Of course, it's not as sharp as like a native experience. Yeah, honestly, this seems like a decent way to play Control. Now, there was a few times where the frame rate dipped a little bit. To me, it doesn't feel any different than really playing it natively. There's a little bit more lag, but nothing that's too noticeable. So I don't want to get too much into that game because it's a story-driven game. Let's see if there's anything else I can check out really quick. What about some good old Sonic Mania? How do I get jacked already? I just came in here. Why are people such haters in this game? Uh-oh. Come on, why is it raining everywhere? This is like one of the most disrespectful games. This game feels really good. I'm gonna be honest, it's really responsive. Come on, you making it rain with the loose change. Why? Luckily, this just feels bad no matter where you play it at. So, this is an accurate representation of these weird 3D side levels. Ow. Why? How much loose change do you think I got, huh? Alright, we did it. We beat the whole game of Sonic. I'm proud of myself. You guys witnessed it. Sonic Mania defeated by Secret Gaming Man. So overall, from a latency standpoint, I'd say this is a really good experience. Now, as far as game library, I'd say this, as far as the paid subscription services, which I guess there's technically only 2, 3 if you count Stadia, which is kind of weird because they do like the free monthly game sometimes thing. Not really like you get a library, but comparison to Game Pass, it's not like what you get for the $7 is not nearly as robust. They don't have as many AAA titles as Game Pass does. So even though Game Pass is a little bit more expensive, I would say that it's a better service. Game Pass / xCloud, because that's included with Game Pass. GeForce Now is a good option if you already own games on PC, and then you get access to the games you already own. They do have a lot of games on there as well. Stadia's library is overall bigger than what you get for the $6.99 tier, but it's just their service plan sucks. Like buying games is stupid on a streaming service where they're likely going to go away if a licensing deal falls through. I'd rather just not own it because that's going to make me mad that I paid $60 for this game and now it's gone. So I would still put this above Stadia as far as value. Now Stadia does have a better library, and I think that xCloud is above them both as far as having a better library on top of having a subscription service. And then GeForce Now is a good alternative if you want to buy games and then stream them. So that's kind of its own thing. That's not really directly competing with these services. Overall, though, this is probably the best experience that I've had as far as latency and quality. I really have had minimal drops with this service. Like I had those few hiccups in the first 2 games, but yeah, so far I'm really impressed with the service. And apparently it's also available on some Android phones now. Hopefully Apple can get past their whole war on streaming, and we can all be one united family and be able to download Luna and xCloud and all these wonderful streaming services from the App Store. But until then, if you're willing to invest $6.99 and you're interested in some of these games, this is a pretty good service. Well, if you enjoyed this video and you would like to see more of Secret Gaming Man, make sure to tell a friend, tell a coworker, like, share, and subscribe. Stay secret. Secret Gaming Man, out. So like I'm still on the moon. Does anyone come and help me? Or like I don't know how to drive this thing. I literally was shot up here and then like no one told me how to get back. Am I just gonna live here now? Is that what happened? I mean, is that what's gonna happen? I'm just gonna live here on the moon?